Hi guys, I hope you all had a very Merry Christmas. I know we did here, and so there is plenty to fill up this album. I was determined to have this finished before New Year's, and today is the 31st, so I've just made it. As you can see, I'm definitely not going to fit another year in here. It is very full, so I thought I'd give you a quick walkthrough and show you how it finished up. So it's almost a little too full for this album, but I kind of love how chunky it is. So I've got my title page that I did the video on. And then on the back of that, I had printed a photo in vellum and just stitched it on. I sort of love it. Sort of, yeah, it gives it a really sort of dreamy quality, I think. In the back of this page, I just filled in with some more of the patterned papers from the Calm and Bright kit from Feed Your Craft. I didn't have any photos left over by the time I got to the end, so I just put in my favourite pattern papers. I added this sort of overlay sheet in here just to fancy quite a plain page up a little bit. Still love red and green. And I popped in my favourite cards from the season into the wee card pocket that I had made. And on the back, it's just a really, it's not even, I wouldn't even call it a layout. It's just a photo with a piece of stitched vellum and a little bit of typing. Here's a page. This was a shaker card I had made on one of my previous videos, and I did rip open the top a bit to take out some of the blue and green sequins and add in a few more pink ones just so it went a bit more with the colour scheme of this page. Still love that. That's one of my favourite pages I've ever done really for December Daily. So simple, but I think it's really effective. And so on the back of this, it wasn't my favourite colour paper, but it went really nicely with the macarons that I had bought, just coincidentally. And I also used some little single attaches to just put in the part of the packaging that came with them. I took this one 4x6 photo and split it so it fit in the 3x4 pockets, and really all I did was add some alpha stickers to a card from the Studio DIY mini kit. Some really old wood veneer and some new acrylic piece from Colourcast Designs, just documenting some of the things that we've been watching this season. And coincidentally, it went really nicely with this filler page I had made. There's a few more of the pages that are on my previous videos. And then in here, we didn't have what I would call a disaster this December, but it was an incredibly stressful month, and we've got some fairly major life changes happening. And so I didn't want to ignore it, so I just created a wee envelope, and there's a little bit of private journaling in there, just about some of the things that have been going on. And on the back of this, I hope it sticks. I used some pretty strong double-sided tape, but I just used a few of the 3x4 cards that I had made and layered them all together with just a photo. And it's hard to tell on camera, but like the glitter in there sort of makes the background really sparkly, which is pretty. This is a card that I changed from Pushprint Studio. It was a 3x4 and I just extended it out in Photoshop to make it fit. And then these are just some, I guess, poinsettia flowers that I had made, but I've stuck them on the outside of the page protector. And there's one on the back of this too. This is another card from Pushprint Studios with a stamp from Kelly Stamps. So this was sort of, I've done all of this in the last couple of days, so it does start to get really simple. Our New Year's Eve, and just another card from Pushprint Studio. And the beautiful sunset that we had that night, I thought deserved a whole page for itself, with just a stamp from Feed Your Craft. And then for the sequin tree I made, all I did was stick a tiny little photo of Lily dressed up as Santa. Yes, I am that mean. I made her dress up as Santa on Christmas Day. and just some glittery alphas at the bottom. I used this page from Brandy Kincaid and Feed Your Craft just to write down a few memories of Christmas Day, which I'm glad I did because it was sort of maybe 5 days afterwards and I was already starting to forget things, so that's a nice addition to the album. I don't normally do a lot of journaling, so that'll be good to look back on. And then because I had a few, not heaps, but a few photos from Christmas Day, I put them all in here with these 2x2 cards from Push Print Studios as well. And then I just repeated that on the back for our Boxing Day. And that's where it ends. Some years I do go through to New Year's Eve, but this album is already pretty fat as it is, so I decided to leave it right there. And that is my December Not Quite Daily album done for 2016. It really is one of my favourite projects and I definitely will be doing it again. And I've really enjoyed having you guys come along as I've gone through the album. So I hope you all have a really happy and safe new year, and I will see you again next year. Take care. Bye.